Welcome to episode 0 of Anime Rewind. I am your host, DJ. Well, used to be known as DJ City. Now I'm just known as City. I have also with my co-hosts that are on the screen right now, as you can see at the bottom there. I have Liz,
Hey, everybody.
and then we got Martha.
Hi, everyone.
So let's talk about who we are, why we're doing this, and get a little bit knowing about all of us as hosts. Anime Rewind was an idea that was invented by, well, me and a few other people that that first tried it out, and we kind of failed and miserably gave up on the idea. The idea of Anime Rewind is to give you guys, the fans, a little bit of history, like older shows. We're going to be talking about a lot of different shows, For instance, I do have a few things here, like Tenchi, Nadesco, Nadia, just to name a few titles that we'll be covering in this journey of anime that we're going to be going into. Also, there's some dark and some weird anime that we're going to try to watch and hopefully not want to poke our eyes out with pencils. You don't think she knows what I'm talking about? I can see Martha's kind of also like going, yeah, ugh. The stuff that makes us.
I'm not gonna.
We're not gonna go. We're not gonna go there.
Yeah,
But we are going to
my
go there
mistake.
as we watch stuff and just go, what were we thinking? Why did we watch this? And we're going to get a little bit deeper into the anime and stuff that people don't cover. The older, more forgotten stuff also we're going to try to get into. But also the more popular titles that never saw the light of day that honestly we thought should have been licensed and should have been out there for people to enjoy. And then there's the stuff that people should never watch again.
Yeah.
And we wonder why we watched it.
Yeah. Why don't we torture ourselves?
Because we're insane and we're anime fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anime
let's
fans
talk about
are
the journey. Let's talk about our journeys into anime. I remember when I was a kid watching this stuff, not knowing it was anime. I don't think any of us really knew what anime was when this stuff started rolling out. I mean, you had Battle of the Planets, you had giant robot shows. Mm-hmm. We really didn't know what anime was. We didn't know it was classified as anime or anything like that. We just knew it was different. I remember getting up early in the mornings and watching Voltron. Yes, when it was Voltron, the 5 lions. There was another Voltron which had a whole bunch of space cars and vehicles that formed a lion robot type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one. I also remember watching Robotech, the Macross series. Kind of stopped watching after Macross, so I don't know what pulled me away from it, but I just remember all these good shows that used to be on television and growing up and not knowing what the heck I was watching. I really didn't understand anime until I discovered it again on a satellite channel of all things. It was Streamline Entertainment's 3 by 3 Eyes. Lo and behold, I'd never saw this before, where you saw animation and this guy named Yakumo, which became a human blood bag. What I mean by human blood bag, blood everywhere. No, just all go back into his body. Interesting show, and I went, what is this? What are we watching? Apparently, we went to watch the next week when it was supposed to be on again, and the satellite channel went under. So we're kind of like going,
Oh, well.
I want to see what happens. I want to see the blood bag explode again and try to figure out what am I watching.
Right.
Then I discovered a place that rented out this stuff. I went, ooh. So I rented the whole series and it was just like, whoa, this is good. Even though it's old, that's something that we're probably going to dive into because it's such a good series. Except for Streamline's dubbing, but you know what? I think that's one of the better Streamline dubs that I've seen out of all Streamline Entertainment. And trust me, there's a lot of bad dubs in Streamline Entertainment history.
Well, all the dubbing back then wasn't really. It was just
just throw anybody's voice on it. It could be a big hefty guy talking for a little teensy character. The voice never really matched up with the character back then.
Well, no, the dubbing was actually pretty damn good on this one, but Streamline's known for their bad dubs. Trust me, there's a lot of bad dubbing that came out there.
Or okay, but most were like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. There was a lot of stuff that anime fans just went, "You gotta be kidding me! That's the dub. Ugh. Give me the original Japanese." Yeah, okay, fine. We understand the dub versus sub. I'm not even going to get into that. That is not where we want to go. We're going to watch it the way that we want to watch it, how we liked it. Personally, myself, I like watching Nadesico in the English and in the Japanese, because the English has a little bit more of the ditzy attitude that you would expect that the Japanese just didn't do justice on. Due to U.S. and Japanese cultures are different. But I like the Japanese to get an idea of their voices and get an understanding of the actors themselves. So, in certain cases, the dub versus sub, I throw that, it's like throwing the water. It's like throwing the water with the baby inside, throwing the water with the baby out the window. Just my pick on that. But anyways, getting back on topic. Then I discovered another anime, which I think really kind of struck me as, okay, we are getting more anime on TV, and I was kind of excited. Lo and behold, it was Sailor Moon, of all things. That show was on TV, I kid you not, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. On 3 different stations, and they were all showing the different episode. So I watched it all. I got it all. I watched it all and went, yeah, whatever. It wasn't. I was like, okay, so this is Magic Girl stuff. Interesting as much. But then I was really into hardcore anime at that time, and I was watching anything and everything I could get my hands on. I seen shows like Project Echo to trying to remember the other shows, Yoda Yatsura, and yeah, I got hooked. I got hooked hard, especially with Rama One Half. That stuff just grabbed me. And then I, started venturing into other stuff like Oh My Goddess, City Hunter, which you can see in the background here. All those anime shows really started to really get a hold of me, and that was it. I was hooked. And that's me in a nutshell. Martha?
In a nutshell? Yeah, you're nuts, all right. Pretty much, I am the same way. I used to watch Voltron, the Lions, when I was pretty young, 4 or 5. I can remember that wanting to be Princess Aurora, piloting the Blue Lion. But anyway, I ended up, years later upon Sailor Moon, like practically everybody else in the States. I woke up one morning looking for something to watch before having to catch the bus to school, and there on the old WB from New York, there was Sailor Moon at 6:30 in the morning. Watching that every morning. And then after that, I found, by accident, much like I found Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors.
Oh, yes.
I got my brother into anime. He started watching Dragon Ball Z, and we started watching Dragon Ball Z together. And stuff like that. And then a couple years later, at my first job, I met a friend, and she was into the anime also. More stuff than I did, because she had friends from the country, she used to have pen pals, and she got me into it. So all the pen pals would be sending different things to each other. So she had gotten me a Switch. We're not in the best. They were like third or fourth gen, and they looked like the old HBO sites. It's all over, but you can hear what they're saying. You just you can't see too well what's going on.
Oh, the old Scramble Vision type style you're talking about, right?
Because it was the gen tapes were so bad, but I still have like the first fan subs of the Sailor Moon movies. I have all of those, and then the same friend, Lan, she got me into Kenshin and A Child's Toy and Fushigi Yugi and a whole bunch of other
So by this time you were
animes.
basically ruined, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. It was hard to find anything around here with the anime because into it. There used to be this one store wall, and yeah, this is going back a long time ago. So the wall
I want to
had
say
this
Star
little
Wars reference,
section.
but I'm not going to go there.
Don't go there. Don't go.
The wall. Anyway, I had this small 4-foot section, 4 foot probably by 6 of VHS tapes and other things. And the sad part is about that. The only one buying from that section. So when they were getting ready to close the store, it was already gone. Well, mostly all the anime was gone. So what was left there, I bought. There was only maybe 3 or 4 VHSs, not DVDs, VHSs. They ended up giving me the display, the and stuff. It says, and it has Iria from the Zerum Project. It has and it has something else, a couple other things on it. Bubblegum Crisis. I think one of those characters is on there. So slowly developed. And this same friend Len, she also let me borrow her Slayers, the very first VHS of it, and I fell in love with that series. Now, I had bought my first Japanese voices and then the subtitles was the first release of Escaflowne VHS in the white snap cases. I actually preferred that over most of the English because it was to the point that I wanted to learn how to speak Japanese, translate it so I can do the fan subbing stuff or at least do the scripts or whatever at that time. And I know I would have ever had the money to actually have everything to do all that, but a girl can dream, can't she? So
Okay,
then,
with that. Go on.
I'd like to say one other thing. Then the same friend introduced me to going to conventions. So in 2000, I went to my first convention in Inner Harbor, Maryland, which was Otakon. And I went there for 10 years. And then the next year after 7, I tried Anime Next. I haven't been able to go to another convention lately, but hopefully pretty soon in the next month or so, I will be going to another one. Hopefully.
Well, thank you, Martha, for your experience and everything else.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I just have something to add to that. Now, when I got into the anime, just going on with the random shows, I always got involved in the odd stuff, like the odd fans up here and there. But I do agree with you. I do remember when Escaflowne came out, then the horrible, horrible, horrible version of Fox Kids
Fox
version.
Oh, do we have to bring that up in this conversation? Please
Oh,
don't
I think
bring
it
that.
does need to
No.
be brought up because
So
Well,
awful.
we,
like
we all cried when we saw that.
Oh God, I was like, what
that's
the
just
heck
as
am I
bad.
watching? Huh?
That's just as bad as when the Sci-Fi Channel had the Saturday animes. And all 26 episodes of Record of Lotus Wars into 2 hours. I didn't know what the heck I was watching.
Oh yeah, the Record of Lotus War screw up. Yeah, I remember reading about that too. Oh boy.
Yep.
I have that on VHS. I'm even afraid to even watch it. I'm afraid everything's going to just explode after I watch it again.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh my God, let's don't talk about
Let's-
Escaflowne's Fox
let-
version of Dub, please.
Let's get Liz involved because it seems like Liz is about ready to explode unless we.
No, I'm not going to. No. I'm just like, you guys pretty much covered everything I grew up on watching, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know what else to talk about because I grew
Hey,
up on
what
doing the
about-
same stuff.
Oh, why don't you talk about the shows that you remember that really
Okay, well the
drove
shows,
you into the anime world? I mean, like, how
Well-
did your addiction start?
my addiction probably started with Sailor Moon, like everybody else's, growing up because that's the only thing that was on TV at.
So I guess my addiction started earlier than you guys then, with Robotech. I mean,
Well, I watched Robotech too, but I was more into the Sailor. I got more into the Sailor Moon stuff because for some reason my brother was watching it at the time, and I'm just kind of like, I was like going, "What are you watching?" He's like, some show on TV, called Sailor Moon. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, it's magical girls. He's like, yeah, it's kind of cool, and I'm like, all right. So we both got into anime about the same time. So it's like we both got ourselves into this stuff, and then we found a comic book shop here in town that sold VHS tapes of anime and comics of anime, and so we got into that. And then we found the Slayers, or I found the Slayers, and then we found the Fasuji Yugi series and all that. And then I got my friends hooked on it, and then we found. Then we found McKay's, which is still around. Back then, McKay's was a really, really, really small little store that didn't have a lot of anime, didn't have a lot of anything, and then it grew to a bigger store. Now it's grown to this gigantic store that it is today. But then I got friends that got into it, and then we've had Media Play here, which is now closed. They're all closed down. And that's when we had an anime club at Media Play, where I used to work. So we had a big anime section there. So that's where I bought a lot of my anime. So pretty much my paycheck from that work went right back to them because every paycheck I ended up buying anime. So it's more
that's when you keep a business in check. Is when your employees give you back your money.
well, when you get like a 40% discount on DVDs, yeah, or whatever, like on the anime, all the VHS and DVD stuff they have there.
Hang on. You said 40?
Yeah, 40% off.
Good lord. I thought when I got 50% off of some of my titles, I thought I was getting a good deal. I mean, I remember picking up City Hunter for $50. I was like going, "Wow, this is a good deal when it's $110."
Well, I got
forgot.
the way Media Play worked, they had different sections. They had all the DVDs and VHS, the VHS section. They had the CDs. We got a certain percentage off of CDs, a certain percentage off of that, each section. So I think it was 40% off. I don't remember. That's been so long ago. I don't know. But we got a percentage off. So pretty much all my paycheck pretty much went right back to them. So it's more like, oh, here you go. Just take my paycheck. So, and then
Why don't you just pay me in the anime?
yeah, just let me pick the anime out. And then they were closing down. And that's when I took advantage of their going out of business sale. So, yeah, I racked up on some stuff there. That's where I bought the Fasuji Yugi Pioneer boxes. So,
Yes, the rare boxes.
The very rare boxes that are very hard to find. So I took advantage of that. But yeah, and then the anime conventions came into the picture. Let's see, the first anime con I went to was probably Anime Week in Atlanta, and that was in 2002. Didn't know what cosplay was back then, but I learned very fast.
Oh, yes.
And then in 2006 is when I actually did my first cosplay, and that was at MTAC, Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. So
Let's put it this way: we're all responsible for getting our fans hooked on anime. I think
fans, friends, whoever,
we don't care who you are; you're going to get addicted just like we did.
of course.
We're like this. We're like the pimps of anime. We're going to get you addicted, whether you like it or not.
I mean, I still go to anime.
Waiting.
We still have an anime club meeting here in town that I go to every week. So it's like
Yeah, they just you all meet up in the club and they all pass around tapes and everything else, and then you just have this awesome injection of new stuff to watch.
that's how I met a lot of my friends. I have that I've met online, that I've met on Facebook or online or on. Well, no, back then it was MySpace before Facebook came into even MySpace. That's how I met a bunch of my.
I feared MySpace. I always
MySpace
stayed in the
and-
Google. I always stayed in the realms of the GeoCities back
Well,
in the
see,
day.
the thing is, I
Or
had
the
GeoCities
Yahoo
or
chats.
the Yahoo chats. I met people in the Yahoo chats, and then MySpace came around, and I met some people there. That's how I met one of my friends, Michael, or as I know him as Zippy. I met him in MySpace, so I've been friends with him for, let's see, it'll be 10 years this year. Holy cow! But yeah,
How time flies when we're having fun.
yeah. Well, and I
We're
just
watching
that's
anime
yeah.
until we die.
Well, that's how I met him. I met him through the anime thing, through MySpace, because he was into the anime. He was into anime just like I was, and he was moving back here from Kentucky, where he went to college, and he was going to do a anime radio show here with the local college. And I was like, "Whoa, that's awesome, dude!" And that's how we met. We started talking, and then we became friends, and we're still friends to this day. So, and now we run an anime convention here in town. So.
Yes, we have the one of the people who helps at AAW anime was it Anime Blast Chattanooga, correct?
Anime
ABC?
Blast Chattanooga, AVC. Anime Blast Chattanooga. Yes, I do help with that convention. And Zippy is more like he's not. He's the I guess he's considered the co-con chair of the
I thought he
con.
was more of a vice president.
Well, vice president, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him on. Maybe we'll get him on here when it gets closer to the con, and he can talk about it.
Oh, definitely. Maybe even after the con.
Yeah, we'll definitely squeeze him in
Yeah.
because he can talk about it and whatnot. So,
And who knows? We may be all there. So,
well, I'll be there already. So that's.
well, me, it's up in the air right now. As
I
you
have
know.
I have to be there. So yeah, I'll be there.
With me, it's more up in the air because I'm not 100% sure I can make it in time, but
We'll see what we can work out. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like that's how it is. You meet people online. I meet him at conventions. I've met a lot of friends at conventions. I'm still friends with them today. So, and I still go to conventions to this day.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Let's jump into a different subject then. What was your first anime buy? Now, I think I remember mine, but
holy crap! Anime. Oh, the first anime we actually bought.
yeah, your first hit.
Oh, let's see. Let me think. What would that be?
I know my first hit. My first hit was back when I first started getting into anime. And I think my first hit was I want to say Ghost in the Shell. I think it was the first anime I actually bought. Yeah, it was Ghost in the Shell was my first anime I bought. I remember buying it. It was on cassette, had a wicked picture on the front. I thought this was cool. I saw
Manga.
Siskel and Ebert were reviewing it. I thought, cool. I am going to buy it. It's only 10. It was only selling for, I think, at the time, I think it was $21 for the cassette. And I'm going, ugh, it's expensive, but you know what? I'll buy it. I swear, I've watched that tape like 8 times in a row. Just because of how cool the fight scenes were, how animated they were, how fluid everything flew in the movie. Sure, the storyline is not the greatest, I'll be the first one to say it's a little bit
But the art is
on the.
pretty.
You had to know the manga to understand what was going on in this series. Honestly, there's a lot of
Yep.
parts where you just went, "Huh? What are they talking about?" And then you find out, oh, in the manga they talk about this, and this because I read the Dark Horse manga afterwards. I went, now this movie makes more sense, but on a whole, it was something I'd never seen before. I was just like, wow. I wish it came in theaters out here where I live. If it was out here in theaters, I probably would have gone and seen it. But that's what we got. Out in Canada, we get screwed a lot, especially with the Canadian and U.S. Dollar. But that's a difference. That's a story that doesn't need to come out right now.
I'm trying to remember my first anime.
Well, you
buy.
remember your first mistake.
My first
that's-
anime buy. Let me think. That would probably be. Was that Sailor Moon or was that Slayers? Probably Slayer. Well, I'm gonna say Slayers.
Slayers, eh?
Slayers and then Sailor. Well, I think it was both. I think I bought Slayers and Sailor Moon at the same time at the comic book shop that we used to have here in town.
Was that
no
the
lo-
Deke version of Sailor Moon you're talking about?
Yes, that was the Deke version, the version we won't talk about. Back then, that was the only version they had. So yes, it was the Deke version of Sailor Moon. In fact, I actually still have a actual VHS copy of one of those VHS tapes. I don't know why I still have it. I just do.
Well, I heard some interesting news. Well,
And
Martha's
actually,
still trying
I
to
still
figure
have I still have the Sailor Moon the comic books that I bought from the comic book shop.
So
They're
do I.
upstairs in my closet.
So do I. I have all of them.
I think I got rid of all my mixing stuff. Unfortunately.
I think my first anime buy was Next, the first VHS of that.
Next? I don't remember that anime at all.
Slayer's Next.
Slayer's
Oh,
next.
Slayer's next.
It's the
Okay.
next chapter.
She's talking about
Slayer's
season
next.
2. She's talking about season 2 of Slayers. Because
I
there's
thought-
the first season was Slayers, then it's Slayers Next, then it's Slayers Try,
Then Slayer's Try,
and then it's
and then it's Royal.
it's all of them.
Wasn't your first buy? I thought Ray Earth was your first pickup, wasn't it?
No, that was. Let me think.
Because when you picked the Ray Earth.
It's, you're. I'm trying to go back. This is almost 20 years ago. Let me alone. I'm lucky I could do it. Remember what I did this morning, let alone 20 years ago.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It could have
we
been.
understand.
It could have been Slayers. It could have been one of my. No, is now. It was the
Uh-oh.
Blade of Camway.
The what?
It says it's the Blade of the Camway.
Never heard.
Camway.
I've never.
I don't know.
Never heard of that.
It's one of those whacked out ones.
Okay.
I got my mom to buy it for me for my birthday. And then I go home and I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, what the this is in the kids section? Because there was blood everywhere in this one. And it was about this dagger. If I still have it. I don't think I have it.
I've never even heard of this
I've
show.
never heard of it either.
So I'm just kind of like, okay.
Oh my God.
I remember
my
watching
God.
Mermaid Scar. That was pretty violent too, back in the day.
I don't
man.
remember
And then
the
there's
Blade
the
of.
Black Dragon or Black Lion. Black Lion.
Oh, Black
I
Lion.
have
God.
that.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
And Kimura. And Wild Cards.
How about
Wild Cards.
how
I
about-
wish they would have continued Wild Cards. I love that one.
Okay, let's throw another one out there. Mistakes. Anime that we wish we had never or wish that we never ever saw the light of day. I can think about a few right now off the top of my head, but I like to hear your. I know Martha has one that she regrets. Martha's trying not to say it.
What the? The whole
Just go ahead and
almost
say it, Martha.
3/4 of the way sitting of watching Neon Genesis Evangelion in one shot.
No. I'm
That was definitely a
Which one's that
mistake.
one?
I'm talking about the one that starts with a K that you ended up buying.
Oh, Kimura?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's. If you want an effed up anime, that's the one for you.
I got better.
Really bad.
I got better.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm talking about watching Red Hawk.
Yeah.
You know, the one
20
where,
minutes in the vlog dialogue.
yeah, the 20-minute dialogue of the guy that's dying. Shot
Okay.
right in the forehead, and he's going on about his life. The guy is dead. There is no talking when you got a bullet lodged in your brain. I'm sorry.
Never watched that show. Now I know why.
Oh, it's fun.
Now I know why.
How about you, Liz? There must be a anime or two that you regret watching.
Well, there's a few. Some of them were on television.
Oh, I'll throw it up for you.
Well, let's go and throw up the Escaflowne. No, Bleach was not a mistake. Thank you very much. The Escaflowne freaking Fox version. The Cardcaptor Sakura
Oh, yes.
freaking Fox version or whatever version it was.
That was CQ. That was Nirvana.
CW?
That was Nirvana.
Yeah, whatever. It was horrible.
Yep.
The Flame of Reika dub. Which I could not get through like one episode without flipping it to Japanese because the English voices were awful. So yeah, there's several.
Well, I think there's one that we can all agree.
The
that
Deke
was-
version of Sailor Moon. Which after I watched it all, I found out. Oh, after watching it all, I found out. Oh, well, they left out like five or six episodes, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. How
Yeah,
about
because it wasn't good for children in the U.S. because
Exactly.
flipping the teacher's skirt, breaking glass.
No, they left out episodes. They didn't like leave out scenes. They left out freaking
No.
episodes. And I'm
yeah, they
just
left
like,
out half the ending of the
they
first
left-
season.
Yeah, they left out half the ending of the first season because of stuff that shouldn't be seen by children. Apparently,
Which I watched and I didn't see that. So
I didn't either. I don't get it. But ADV.
Oh, they
put-
die. That's the problem.
The thing is, ADV put out those nice big boxes, silver blue boxes that I have now that are hard to find as well. So I have those.
Those are gorgeous boxes, by the way.
And they are. They're pretty. And it's like they're sitting on my shelf right now, and it's like every time I go in there, I'm looking at them going, I need to watch those again.
Yeah, but you have it on Blu-ray, don't you?
I've got Sailor Moon Crystal.
No, don't you have the
On-
originals? I'll tell you about the original.
That's
On
Crystal,
Blu-ray.
dude. That's the Crystal.
Is it Crystal?
Or
Okay.
Sailor Moon, whatever. I got one. Yeah, I got Sailor Moon on Blu-ray now. It's the new dub, though. Which is actually not that bad. There's Sailor Moon. There's Sailor Moon out now, and there's Sailor Moon Crystal. Crystal's based the one off the manga. So,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of behind on
Yes.
I'm buying those.
I got to start getting my collection together.
Because
again
my
of,
K's wants way too much money for them.
Yeah, well, they were going to be expensive when they first came out. So.
Oh yeah.
Go to Walmart. I got mine for $20.
I need to go get the Sailor
The
Moon.
first
I need to go
episode-
get the Sailor Moon R movie at Walmart. They had it for $15.
Yeah, I don't have that movie yet, and I don't.
It's
know
the
if
new
I wanna
dub.
pick it up.
It's the new dub. It's the one that came out in theaters. That they came out in theaters here, and nobody wanted to go. I tried to get people to go with me, and nobody wanted to go see the Sailor Moon movie. So I was like, "Well, I'll just go." I had the whole theater to myself.
Really? No one else
Yes.
showed up in the city?
There other people went to different. They were doing like it was like for a week, so they had all these different times. So I went in the middle of the day. I went toward the end of the day one time because that's the
Never
only time
mind. I went to go see. What's that? What was the that movie that everybody was talking about? Oh, your name.
Yeah.
I didn't think the theater was going to be that packed at 5 p.m.
I didn't see that. Because
It
they
was
didn't show.
packed.
They didn't show that here.
Oh man, well, it was so packed in the theater. I couldn't believe how packed it was.
Well, I went to the Sailor Moon showing. I forgot what day it was or what time it was. I think it was like a 4 o'clock show. or 4:30 or 5 o'clock show on. I don't know what day it was on, but anyways, but I went and I was kind of like, okay, so I got into the theater and I'm sitting around going, is anybody else going to come in? Nope. The whole theater, that whole theater was all mine.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I did love is we were starting to get anime on theaters. I remember when Perfect Blue got released. We got it in theaters.
Yeah.
Gorgeous movie.
Yeah.
It's too bad he's dead though.
We got the movie that did really well here was the Full Metal Alchemist movie because they promoted it. They actually promoted it really good. So we actually had and it was only showing for like it was only showing for like 2 times, one day, 2 times. That's all it had. And I remember going to that. My mom was like, "Why are you going to see a movie? We're going to Florida the next day." I'm going to see this movie. I don't care. So I went to the movie along with a bunch of my friends. We all went. People were dressed in cosplay at this movie. It was the movie. This time we went, it was pretty much sold. The time we went to, it was pretty much sold out. And then for Anime Blast, we actually got to show the Battle Royale movie at the theater, and we had a pretty good turnout for that.
Battle Royale is such a great movie.
We tried to get one of the Kenshin movies in the theaters, but nobody seemed interested in going to buy a ticket. The way it worked, we had to sell enough tickets in order for them to I don't know how it worked. Zippy's the one that set all that up, so I don't know how all that worked. But we didn't sell enough tickets to get the Ghost in the Shell movie here, or the Ghost something that we tried to get that we couldn't get enough. We didn't sell enough tickets for. So,
so Martha, how about you? Did you ever get to see any anime in theaters, or did your theater not carry it out there where you are?
No, it anime is not very popular here
We need to change that around.
out there.
mm-hmm.
I know. I was planning on having, a friend of mine. We're planning on having a anime club here, but things didn't turn out the way, and I believe he moved out of town, so I don't to him in a while. So, but I do have a few anime. I do have a few anime friends here. It's just that our schedules are conflicting. Like one works in the morning and I work at night. She's off and I'm off during the day. Before work, we can't
Get together and
meet up.
enjoy anime. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, now that you know a little bit about us, be warned, we are bringing out episodes. We're going to try to do this weekly, but I'm having a feeling we are going to be moving to a bi-weekly storyline here. Live versions are going to be a little interesting because we have done all the shows live so far with with a zero audience. I'll admit that we haven't had that much people watching us. But you can find out more about what's going on Anime Rewind. Check us out on Facebook. Website is coming. I'm going to leave this video up so you guys can watch it at any time. But just be warned, I am working on the website. And trust me, it is not an easy thing to do, especially when you're trying to find the best theme that go with the look and everything else. And
Yep, that's always the fun part. Trying to get the website together.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Once the website,
doing this weekly is going to be might be a little tricky.
we're gonna try to get it out bi-weekly live. But I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Bi-weekly probably is what's going to be happening, right?
Probably. Well, I mean, it all
Probably.
depends. I mean, it's all up to you guys because I'm the one that goes to the anime conventions. You guys don't really go to those, so.
I'm thinking bi-weekly.
Well,
is what's
maybe we
gonna
could
be
have
happening.
a Q&A.
Nah, we'll
some
figure it
point.
out as we go along, people.
Well, we gotta-
this
we
is
gotta-
an adventure.
We got to get the Patreon stuff set up too, so that's coming as well.
Yeah, everything is coming to a slow head. Hopefully within the next couple months
We could do a Q&A for Patreon people maybe or something like that.
we'll come up with ideas. Don't worry.
Oh, we got ideas. I got ideas in my head right now, but we won't talk about those right now.
I think I'd be scared.
Did you say there better be stairs?
No, she said she's scared.
Well, I agree with her 100%. I'm scared any time of the day with you two.
Oh man, don't be like that. Come on, you know you love us.
Oh, I love you as much as I love something else, but I'm not going to say it.
Hey, City, you have to love me because you've known me for how long now? 17
Too
years?
long.
He's probably known
the
you more.
problem.
He's known you more than he's known me. So
Exactly. I've known these two as long as I've known I've loved anime. Let's just put that.
pretty
way.
much, it's been a while.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
no-
scary part
Yeah,
about
But
it.
no,
Yes.
we'll figure out something because I'll be going to an anime convention here in about 2 weeks. Oh yeah, 2 weeks. So
Yep. So we're going
Otakon.
to try to conquer.
I'll be going to Otakon, so maybe I'll do a little con report when I get back.
Yeah, and we're hoping to get this more and more, and drive the fans and give you guys something that you want. A really good anime show, But I want to make something clear here. Our show is more about talking as fans and what we thought of the show rather than an in-depth review. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that first of all. Also, we are going to be concentrating more on the older titles. Now, we're going to dive into some newer titles only because of certain reasons. But, if something new comes out, like, as I'm pulling up my DVDs here,
As City's pulling up his DVDs.
like Nadesco. Nadesco just recently got released on Blu-ray. We are reviewing it, but like I said, this came out. This took for me forever for me to get, so that's why it's not being reviewed so simple. But we have reviewed it, but we're going to start reviewing it now because it is still new and still out there. So,
Yep.
but you know what? We're going to be reviewing a lot of stuff, and we're all going to sit down and we're all going to go conquer this stuff inside outside. But I just wanted you guys to know that, yeah. So tune in, watch our website. Well, the Facebook feed for the time being until I can get the website up.
Yes, keeping it up on the Facebook.
Yes.
I'll be putting things on there. When I get info, I'll post on there.
Yeah, and that's And what's the address for that?
It's facebook.com/ probably Anime Rewind.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I think that's it.
Just search Anime Rewind in the search bar.
Yep.
Yeah, you
and
can
you'll
find it that
us.
way. So, if anybody's interested in liking the Facebook page, do that.
Well, since this is going to
Yes,
stay
please
up
do.
as for fans to watch, I do want to thank you all for watching. If you're new fans, support us by putting up a comment in the comment section. We do like to read them.
Yeah,
You
we
can
like
email
comments.
us.
Comments are good.
Yes, and you can email us. I believe the email link is already set up for that. And we're going to have all different types of things happening. Maybe free giveaways. Yes, I did just say free giveaways.
Yeah, we can do some free giveaways. I might have some stuff around here I can give away.
I have a ton of posters that I can give away.
I've got some wall scrolls that are like collecting dust I could probably give away.
Or we can just donate them
I have
to
a
Yuna.
few anime
or,
t-shirts.
or donate to Luna. Donate to you.
Wall screws,
Donate
donate
me.
to Yuna.
Oh, yeah, I'm lacking in the wall scrolls. I only have.
As she looks
Doesn't
around
count.
the corner. As she counts around the corner.
There's these two here. I have a Kingdom Hearts one over there. Another Sailor Moon one over here. One of Sailor Moon. I have one here. I have two hanging in my bedroom. I have Hellsing and I have Bleach.
Okay, I only have
Here-
5. I only have
Of,
5 of them, people.
Full Metal
Five.
Alchemist.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall scrolls.
I have more than that.
So donate them to me.
I have a lot more than 5. I have
I use-
way too many.
As you can see, I
I-
use them as backdrops.
Oh, I have 2 hanging up in the dining room.
Yes.
I got some upstairs. I got some all over the place in my house.
Yes, so, donate to the poor.
My house is like an anime freaking shrine right now. So
Yes, we seen your statues. We know how how nice that is.
we're not going to talk about that to everybody. We're not going to talk about how much anime stuff I have in my house.
Yeah, we should. And then
She could
give them
open
the
her own
address where
anime
you live.
museum.
I don't know about opening my anime museum or not, but yeah, I've got quite a bit of anime stuff in here. Yeah, anime stuff, video game stuff. You know,
It just never ends.
yeah, one of my friends told me one time I should just like do a freaking video and do like a house tour and show everybody all my anime stuff. I said that might take a while.
Yeah. So we're going to call it an end of this episode because, well, we've kind of going on tangents here
Overshot.
and not really
Overshot it a little bit.
just a little, but we did
By
cover a lot
18
of
minutes.
stuff. We did let you know we're anime fans. We're rabid. This is kind of like AA for
do not
anime.
foam at the mouth.
Huh?
Oh God.
You said we were rabid. We don't foam at the mouth.
We are rabid fans. We buy the stuff when we see it.
I
But we do
know.
foam at the mouth when we do see it. You just don't see. It's our inner side that foams up in the mouth. Our outer side doesn't show that.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Our anime personas.
Yes, our anime personas. That's correct.
Don't get me started with anime
Or video
personas.
game personas.
Don't get me started on that either.
So, as I was saying,
We could go on a whole video game talk, but we're not going to do that right now. So,
Oh, me
Yeah.
too.
okay. Well, anyways, I'm your host, Ron, with
Liz,
Martha.
And Martha.
What?
And A&D. Martha.
Yes. Okay, you're saying "and," but we're not hearing after that.
nope, I didn't hear the rest of it. All I heard was "and."
Yeah,
Martha. Me.
There you go. There you go.
and me. Okay, me. Fine.
And me.
Oh God.
Well, as you heard, everybody, you see how rabid we are, how crazy we are. You know you're gonna have fun watching us. So
Oh
We're-
yes, it's gonna be a
this is
trip.
It's gonna be fun because we
RAA.
go off on tangents sometimes.
This is RAA for anime fans, Anime Anonymous.
Hi, I'm Liz, and I'm addicted to anime.
Anyways, we all want to thank you for watching and have yourselves a great night. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys.